Thank you very much. Now yield 5 minutes to former chair of this committee, gentleman from Indiana, Mr. Burton.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't want to be redundant because I got here late, so I apologize if I ask questions that you've already answered. But why do you think the Treasury Department is dismissive of your calculations?
I don't know. I think that it's I hate to try to crawl into the mind of some of the comments that have been made. I think that if they had read the report in total and have read some of the charts and pages, they couldn't be saying some of the things that they're saying. Their dismissive, their description of numbers that are inflated when all the numbers came from them. So I'm not sure.
You haven't had a chance. I've been told that you've only been able to spend maybe 1 or 2 minutes with Mr. Geithner since he took over. Is that right?
I had a several-minute meeting with him in January. It was followed by a larger meeting that probably went about 45 minutes that included a number of members of Treasury, GAO, and the Congressional Oversight Panel. That was on one occurrence in late January.
Did he take into consideration your comments and your positions? And
we didn't really have that much time in that one meeting.
Did you make some suggestions to him?
I think we conveyed where we were in late January. At that meeting, he actually announced to the press his adoption of one of our recommendations, which was posting TARP agreements on the Internet. So that was some progress that we saw at that time.
Well, the SIGTARP report to do you think he wants to keep any information from the people? You think there's a deliberate attempt to do that?
I'm not sure, again, of what the intent is. The effect is information that the taxpayers and members of Congress we believe should have as part of transparency is not being provided.
You said here, and you probably answered this already, but that the total potential federal government support could reach up to $23.7 trillion. Obviously, there's some speculation there, but the liability could reach that amount.
I think the speculation is if every one of these programs was fully subscribed to, that is the total commitment in guarantees. But I don't think there's a speculation as to what the numbers are. These are numbers that have been provided to us by the federal government. I mean, frankly, every one of these numbers, any member of the public could go in. It's all publicly available information.
Well, if even half of that is correct, we've got a big problem.
I think the important caveat which we set forth in the report is that we don't have $23.7 trillion outstanding right now. Right now the number outstanding is closer to $3 trillion. Since the inception of the crisis, again, as we put out in the report, the total maximum amount has been about $4.7 trillion. But when you add up all of the different programs, including programs that have been paid back, including ones that may have been canceled, including collateralized programs, the total amount of support, which is what we're trying to capture here, does total $23.7 trillion.
You know, we're concerned about the terrorist problem. That's one of the top issues that the American people are concerned about. And I understand SIGTARP has recommended that Treasury require its private fund managers to collect information on whether any of their investors are involved in organized crime, terrorism, or fraud in order to prevent such groups from using PPIP to launder money. As currently designed, are you confident that the Obama administration has taken steps to prevent organized crime, syndicates, and terrorist groups from using PPIP money to launder?
I think they're most of the way there, but I think there's a little bit more that needs to be done. They are requiring these fund managers to use the normal procedures, KYC and different procedures to screen for that information. What we've recommended and what they've not adopted is that Treasury not only receive all the information about all the different investors in these programs,